Yukito and Toya. Continuous, all your cards in front of this card get plus 500 power, and has the action ability of pay 2 cost, rest this card, and put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. And this makes this card a level 0 healer, assist card, and I run 3 of this card in my deck. Kaito, Warm Invitation. Auto ability, which has a 2 stock cost. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose one character in your clock, return it to your hand, and put the top card of your deck into your clock. So you basically take the top card from your clock, you put in your hand, and then the top card of your deck replaces where that card was in your clock area. This is a level 0 card, and I only run 1 of this card in my deck. Auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, put the top 2 cards of your deck into your waiting room. And this card gets X power till the end of turn. X is equal to the number of friendship or magic characters you have revealed among these cards, times 1000. Auto. When this card becomes reversed in battle, you cannot use Auto Encore. You cannot use Auto Encore with 3 cost rule either. And I run 1 of this card in my deck. Yuna D. Kaito. Auto Clock ability of Alarm. If this card is the top card of your clock zone, and you have 4 or more friendship or magic characters at the beginning of your climax phase, draw up to 2 cards. Then you choose 2 cards in your hand and put them in your waiting room. And I run 3 of this card in my deck. Sakura, a new key. Continuous, this card gets plus 500 power for each of your other friendship or magic characters. As a climax combo of 1 cost, of when this card attacks, if otherworldly encounter is in your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, put all the cards from your hand into your waiting room and draw an equal number of cards. And I run 3 of that card in my deck. And otherworldly encounter. Continuous. All your characters get 1000 power plus 1 soul for that turn. And as a trigger ability of when this card triggers, you may draw 1 card. And I run 1 of that climax card. Sakura, Choices. Continuous assist. All your level 3 or higher characters in front of this card get plus 2000 power. Auto, put 1 card from your hand into your waiting room. When a climax is placed on your climax area, you may pay the cost. If you do, you get to draw 1 card. And I use only 1 copy of this card in my whole deck. Kaito and Akio. Continuous. If Unity Kaito is in your clock, this card gets -1 level while in your hand, which makes it a level 2 early runner. And Auto, when this card becomes reversed in battle, put this card at the bottom of your deck. And I run 3 of this card in my deck. Moon Guardian. Continuous. During your turn, this card gets plus 500 power for each of your other friendship or magic characters. Auto, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room, which makes this a level 3 healer. And Auto, pay 2 stock. When this card's battle opponent becomes reversed, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent, which is burn damage, and that can be cancelled if it's a climax card. And I run 1 of this card in my deck. Cardcaptor Sakura Siege. Continuous. If you have 2 or more friendship or magic characters, this card gets plus 2000 power. Auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand or by a change effect, draw up to 2 cards and then choose 1 card in your hand and put in your waiting room. As an auto climax combo of when this card attacks, If Release Siege is in your climax area, you may choose another friendship or magic character. This card gets the following ability till the end of your opponent's next turn. Auto, at the beginning of your opponent's attack phase, choose up to 2 of your opponent's characters, and those characters get -1 soul till the end of turn. And I run 1 of this card in my deck. Release Siege. Continuous. All your characters get 1000 power +1 soul. It has the trigger ability of Gate, which is when this card triggers, you may choose 1 climax in your waiting room and return it to your hand. And I run 2 of this climax card in my deck. Seiran and Sakura. This ability activates up to 2 times per turn. When your other friendship or magic character is placed on the stage from your hand, this card gets +1500 power till the end of turn, and I run 2 of this card in my deck. Sakura and Kiro. Auto. When this card attacks, choose 1 of your other characters, and that character gets +1 level, +1000 power till the end of turn, and I run 2 of this card in my deck. Cardcaptor Sakura Flight. Auto. Put 1 friendship or magic character from your hand into your waiting room and reveal the top card of your deck. If that's a friendship or magic character, this card gets the following ability till the end of turn. Continuous. When this card attacks, you may choose 1 character on your opponent's backstage, and this card frontal attacks that character as a defending character instead. And then you return the card you revealed to its original place. And I run 1 of this card in my deck. Seiran, Wide-Eyed Wanderer. Continuous. This card gets -1 level while on the stage. Auto. When this card is placed on the stage from your hand, this card gets +1500 power to the end of turn, and I run 2 of this card in my deck. Spinny. Continuous. If the character facing this card is a higher level than this card cannot frontal attack, and I run 2 of this card in my deck. Seiran. Auto. When this card attacks, if the character facing this card is level 3 or higher, this card gets +1600 power till the end of turn, and I run 3 of this card in my deck. Kaho Mizuki. And this card is just a plain vanilla card, and I only run 1 of her. It's mostly for her 8500 attack power, really. Seiran, I'll Be Back. This card gets +500 power for each of your friendship or magic characters. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may put the top card of your clock into your waiting room. I run 2 of this card. Fire God, Come Forth. All your characters get 1000 power +1 soul. Has a gold trigger icon, which means when this card triggers, turn this card to your hand. You may put the top card of your deck into your stock. And I only run 1 of this climax card in my deck. Kiro, Euphoria. Auto. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may choose 1 of your other friendship or magic characters, and that character gets 1000 power till the end of turn. Auto. When this card becomes reversed, if this card's battle opponent is level 0 or lower, you may reverse that character. And I run 1 of that card in this deck. Tomoyo. Continuous Assist. All your characters in front of this card get +500 power. Auto. When a climax is placed on your climax area, choose 1 of your characters, and that character gets +1000 power to the end of turn, and I only run 1 of this card. Tomoyo, Mesmerized. Continuous Assist. All your cards in front of this card get X power. X is equal to that character's level times 500. Auto. Put 1 climax card from your hand into your waiting room. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, choose 1 friendship card in your waiting room and return it to your hand. and I run 2 of this card in my deck. Kiro, 1-2 punch. If you have 2 or more friendship or magic characters, this card gets plus 2000 power, and I run 2 of it in my deck. Sakura, Spiky Situation. Auto, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, this card gets X power to the end of turn. X is equal to the number of friendship or magic characters you have by 1000. And I run only 1 of this card in my deck. Kiro. Auto, put 1 card from your hand into your waiting room. When this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may pay the cost. If you do, put the top card of your clock into your stock. In Auto, when this card attacks, choose 1 of your friendship or magic characters, and that character gets X power to the end of turn. X is equal to the number of friendship or magic characters you have by 500, times 500, and I only run 1 of this level 3 card. Cardcaptor Sakura Clear Card. Auto, when this card is placed on stage from your hand, you may choose 1 friendship or magic character in your waiting room, return it to your hand. In Auto, put 2 cards from your hand into your waiting room. When this card attacks, you may pay the cost. If you do, deal 1 damage to your opponent. This damage may be cancelled, and I run 2 of this card in my deck. Costumed Creature. All your characters get 1000 power plus 1 soul. Has the door trigger icon of when this card triggers. Choose 1 character from your waiting room and return it to your hand. And I run 1 of this card in my deck. Cheesecake Complete. All your characters get plus 2 soul, and I run 2 of this climax card in my deck. Dress Designer's Delight. All your characters get 1000 power plus 1 soul, has the same trigger icon and ability as Costume Creature, and I run 1 of this card in my deck.